Hello, my people. Welcome back to another story. As has been previously stated on this channel, my father is a golf professional. If you haven't seen it, it's a quick story, 60 seconds in fact. A 60-second story, if you will. I'll put the card right up here if you haven't seen it. Click on it later. We are telling this story right now. In 1989, my dad got a job in Hawaii as the head pro at Kauai Lagoon. The golf course was obviously on the island of Kauai, I believe in the city of Lahui. To all my Hawaiian people, please forgive any mispronunciations. It's been a while since I've been there. In the summer of 1990, my dad was taking us to live with him for the summer in Hawaii. Yeah, awesome. Except for the plane ride. This is way before iPads, iPhones, iPods. The eye movement had not moved one iota. We didn't even have DVDs. We had VHSs, and you couldn't take a portable VHS on the airplane. Needless to say, it was a really long flight for a couple of kids. Not to mention, I thought that I was in like a time loop or something. Every time I asked my dad how much time was left on the airplane, he would say 5 hours. I took a nap and woke up at least an hour later. I said, how much time? 5 hours. He said 5 hours when we were on final approach. And the airline could have done a much better job of feeding children. They gave us swordfish. Swordfish! It was incredibly fishy and swordy for that matter. I was convinced even at a young age we were headed into a bad adventure. But then we landed and we flew to Kauai, and that was when magic happened. My dad is the head pro at a super prestigious resort on the Garden Island. Amazing. He arranged for the resort's limo to come pick us up from the airport. Level 7 status. Everything about Kauai was incredible. Colors were more colorful. Air smelled better. Weather was awesome. When it would rain, it was like rain, and I love rain. I was convinced until I was like 27, the rain was magical in Kauai. There was a donut shop right across the street from our house. We would go there a couple times a week, and 3 separate times it would be pouring monsoon rainforest rain over my house. On the white dashed line was the stopping point for the rain. Sopping wet over here, bone dry over here. I pointed it out to my dad. He's like, yeah, that's really weird. I have never seen that kind of rain. In Idaho, it kind of like, it's raining, but then out here, it's just a little bit of rain. There it was like rain, 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 all stop, no more. Cease, no more, no rain over there, no thank you. I was just super impressed that the weather systems knew the roadways so well. Anyways. The resort that my dad worked at was amazing. 5-star hotel. In order to get to the tennis courts or to your spa or to wherever you were going, you got to go in a horse-drawn carriage. They had a lagoon out there, and there were these really ornate, beautiful wooden boats. It would take you around the lagoon. There were little islands in the middle, and on each island was a different exotic animal. One had zebras, another had camels. I want to say that there was giraffes as well, but I don't remember fully. There were 0 carnivores on any of the islands. No lions, tigers, or bears. Oh my. That's my best George Takei. And they chose animals that couldn't like swim, big swim, because they didn't want them getting away. They would put the zebra on the island and then leave it there because there's tons of vegetation. It's Hawaii. They didn't have to do anything. He had his own little island. As you were on the boat, you got to look up, oh, there's a zebra in the middle of the ocean. That's incredible. The boat would take you out to the inn of the cliffs, which coincidentally enough was on the cliffs. I thought that was quite fortuitous given their name. You could sit there and have an amazing dinner, look out over the ocean, and watch people tee off on the golf course. I have been on some of the nicest golf courses in the country. Kauai Lagoon was way up there on that list. It had a par 5 that you had to hit over 100 yards of mango trees, then drive down through the mango tree forest to get up to the other side. Such an awesome golf course with an awesome price tag. The green fee was $250. $250 in 1990 money is like $1,000 today or something. I don't know the exchange rate, but you know. Unless he was Kama'aina, in which case then it was only $75. If you don't know what I just said, you're paying $250. Now, when your dad is the head golf pro, there's a few benefits that come with that. One, you can pretty much go anywhere you want on the golf course. It doesn't work outside the golf course. I tried. It didn't work. But on the golf course, you have a go anywhere pass. You also have a nobody's really gonna get angry at you for any mischief you cause pass because you're the pro's son. Needless to say, we had a blast. We played all the time on the beach, on the golf course, hanging out with all the people, driving carts. Yes, driving carts. We were children. Literally, we played golf every single day with my dad. Side note, every time someone hears, oh, your dad's a golf professional, that must mean you're really good at golf. No, that's not. In fact, that's not at all what that means. I try really hard, and I try to remember every single tip my dad has ever given me on how, even if I remember every single one, I'm never very successful in implementing each one. My brother, on the other hand, got a genetic gifting that he could pull out a 7-iron and beat most people with just that one club. It's annoying and stupid. One day we get done playing golf with my dad and we were headed back to the pro shop. The cart path was separated from the actual road by the little circular speed bumps, and they just put them like in a row kind of a thing. I don't really see them that much anymore. Maybe it's because they tear up cars or something. I don't know why. Those lined the entire cart path. The horse-drawn carriages would come across the cart path to get the people to where they needed to go. So it was very common practice that if a horse carriage was coming, you would wait until there was no traffic and go out around and then go back in. This situation presented itself one day, and my dad is driving, checks, no traffic, cranks it to the left, and we go over the speed bumps. I am sitting there in the middle, safe and sound. My dad is driving, and my brother is distracted by a butterfly or something. I don't know, because as soon as we hit those bumps, I see him fly out, and I'm like, Nate gone, Nate, Dad. My dad looks and slams on the brakes. My brother, after realizing he's not dead, just kind of starts moaning like, My brother is actually super tough. Things do not hurt him that normal humans go, ah. My dad gets him, we take him over to the urgent care place. No idea why, but my brother was terrified of going to the doctor. As soon as we get there, he like locks it down. He's like, doctor, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. Let's go home. No, I'm okay. No, it was nothing. It was nothing. The next day when we get up, my brother's arm is swollen quite a bit and he can't lift it up. My dad sees this and goes, oh man, we're gonna have to go to the hospital. My brother instantly was like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything here is fine. I'm fine now. How are you? My dad's recognizing that he doesn't want to go, so he says, we won't go to the hospital if you can lift your hand above your head. Sure thing. Sure. No problem. No problem at all. He could only get his hand up this far, and so then he kind of like started lowering his head so that he could like get it above his head. My dad sees this and says, we're going to the hospital. He turns around to make a phone call, and I remember this like super clear. My brother looks at me with the brother communication look of terror and just shoves his arm up. He couldn't hold it up above his head, and he just grabs a hold of his hair, but he has no strength over here, so his arm's just like pulling his head over like this. Dad, look, I did it. I'm fine. I'm okay now. We don't need to go. False alarm. Just, my dad turns around and sees this and says, okay, lower your hand real slow. My brother starts freaking out till we get to the doctor, and everybody's super nice, including the doctors and the nurses. Put him in a little sling, and he's just, Then everybody who saw him the whole rest of the trip was like, oh, what happened? Did you hurt your arm? And he very proudly would state, yes, I fell out of a golf cart. I would have gone with something a little more heroic, like there was lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And I fought them away with nothing but a golf club and my wits. You think this is bad, you should see them. But he was content to tell everyone that he fell out of a golf cart. Hawaii is still one of my most favorite memories that I have, except for the fact that even with one arm, my brother could still beat me in golf. It was annoying, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Because yes, he stomps me on the golf course, but I'm out here slaying lions, tigers, and bears.